Tell me first of all, when the episodes dropped on Netflix, I felt like social media kind of exploded. What were you guys seeing? Because you'd already had a lot of buzz from when it was on YouTube, but it seemed like a whole different thing. William, I'll start with you. What were you seeing?
Well, I was just happy to be on Netflix and to find myself in a category of drama or comedy or wherever they were going to put it. And just, to be on Netflix was the thing. But and it was season 1 and 2, which had been out already for a while on YouTube. So I didn't know what to expect. I was just happy to have a home and it to be Netflix. And then as soon as it came out, it was just instantaneous. I mean, the roar, it was overwhelming and amazing and surprising at that level that it came in. It was at the top 10 for a week or two, right out of the gate, and #1 for a while. And then all of a sudden I'm getting messages, it's #1 in this country, and this country, and that country. And I'm like, what is happening, man?
The measure of a man is their Instagram followers these days. Which is wrong, just wrong. But all of a sudden you're like, even my kids were saying, whoa, you're up 700, 650,000. Whoa, Mary's almost at 1 million. Whoa, and so, all that's because you mentioned the social media, it just started becoming the talk of, you got to see this, you got to watch this, and you're clicking on information. And so that's the up and the downside to having all that technology at your fingertips. But in this case, you were seeing it grow, and then you see these articles in these, the Forbes magazines or the whatever, talking about the, the metrics and the numbers and all this stuff. It's to see it on a global level is what's so amazing.
Now, I've seen the first couple episodes of season 3, so congrats first of all. We've seen these guys come kind of close to being friends in a way, or at least being civil. I never feel like that's going to last long, but is there hope that eventually, or would you guys like to see them actually be friends, or is that not possible?
I think it's possible. I think there's just so much in between them, They were just built completely different. They have a lot of conflict between them. I think at their core, maybe they're more alike than different, but their worldviews are opposed, and their interests are opposed. So it's going to take a minute to get through all those weeds. But I think it's possible. It's fun to play with, the friendship and the possibilities, but then go right back into squaring off and show the conflicts. So we'll see.
I think it's better that they do both, that they bump heads and they could be friends. And it makes for a dynamic. I mean, there's some of the greatest, movies or stories about those characters that, you look at The Sopranos, you look at, Gandolfini and Edie Falco's characters, you love to see them in love, and you also enjoyed watching them at each other's throats, So I think there's an element to that. And it creates the will they, won't they, the Ross and Rachel of our show. Is that, one of our show's creators always pitched from the day one, keeping that ball up in the air.
It looks like we're going to get some Kreese backstory, and I'm only worried that maybe we're going to start sympathizing with the guy, which I don't really want to, because I like kind of hating him. But what do you think we'll find out about him and understand him a little bit better? Ralph, I'll start with you.
Well, I don't want to tip off too much of that, but it is one of the highlights of the season for me, is that story, is, as dark as of a villain figure that he is, to see the origins of some of that is really very compelling. And I wouldn't be too concerned that you're going to want to have him over for a cup of tea anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see. Kreese was real sly, in season 2 he came in and he played a good down and out guy and won his way back in, but he had a big dark agenda the whole time. But, in his point of view, in his heart, it's the right way. And he loves Johnny Lawrence, and he truly believes that Johnny Lawrence is off track when he's not with him. It's kind of a blindness, but we get to see where that originated and why, and what he's about, and turn the character around a little bit. And that's an exciting thing to explore. At least you can help understand the character more. But, Johnny's not ready to forgive him yet anyway, and neither will you be.